and the members of Team Falcons, when they were still part of AP Brent or Brent Esports, it began in the SPS. It began in Jakarta when ONIC Esports was just tearing through everyone. There was an upper bracket finals between these two that, well, ONIC Esports were able to win, and the then Brent Esports would eventually get knocked down to the lower bracket. But that's where it all started, and here we find ourselves again in an SPS elimination match this time in the lower bracket between these two. It really just almost down to the thought of the whole old guard, new guard thing we've got going on for the playoffs.
It was a 3-2 win to AP Brent in the Snapdragon Pro Series Season 3 Challenge Finals. Oh, sorry, ONIC won, but in the group stage, it was AP Brent winning. So it was a 1-1 in SPS. And right now, if we take a look at the stats, Falcons did win in the group stage too. So we're looking at patterns here. That's what it's looking like. Kyrie on the Suyo, definitely more pressure early on.
Okay, that's going to be a toss by Keyboy. Easy out of position. Looks like he's going to get countered, but the missile arrow lands from Few to help Easy get away, and now Kyrie gets punished. The electrifying beats committed by Kyle Teasy. Look, he brought low Keyboy as well. They're safely under tower. They back off unless Few want to toss an arrow. Oh, it just threaded between the two.
Great control from Team Falcons. The composure to look at ONIC Esports' early game composition here, early game control, and say, no, we can fight it as long as we're able to bite out some resources. So Flap surviving there gave them the opportunity to go in, and now it is full turtle control for them. Keyboy though still wants to contest.
The Jawhead mark right now, no flicker for the Jawheads, so no surprises. Could be coming in, but Team Falcons are still respecting. ONIC Esports can do a team fight, so arrow will land on Loopy, and they're just going to dive immediately onto the CC, even though it has the vengeance. Real manipulation by the E-Brought down. Calties gets punished, and it was stolen actually by Kyrie. Can get away from Flap Teasy. Looks like he will Keyboy already in the red, but San's able to help him out. Win by ONIC.
Good pack up from the rest of ONIC.
It's going to land. No, way too risky at this point of the game.
Okay, it's back to Team Falcons now, right? Backing away, even with the Abyssal Cat. That was a lot of Abyssal traps in the enemy jungle, trying to get vision, maybe a cheeky little steal on the purple buff, but you can definitely see it there. Despite the early win for Team Falcons, they aren't really in the lead when it comes to mid control. Mid control still controlled heavily by ONIC Esports, and Keyboy does have unstoppable force. Doesn't decide to utilize it. For Falcons, they need to just go even in this early game. If they are able to go even, then that Selena will definitely be a threat as we get to mid game. Same goes for Mr. Kyle on this Joy.
A little bit of threat in the jungle of Kyle. It's a heavy 4-man rotation top side. Controlling that quadrant of the map. Here comes Open to help out Sans. Down just a little bit. Kyle Teasy dashing in and out. He's going to get caught by Keyboy. An instant burst by ONIC Esports. Few lands. Give us an arrow, and it's going to bring Loopy down. But Loopy still alive with a vengeance just in time. Flap Teasy getting chased right now. Abyssal arrow getting tossed. That means ONIC Esports won't completely step on the gas to chase down Flap.
Super fast tempo from ONIC Esports. Just as we were talking about the draft and the playstyle of ONIC Esports here, really a lot of similarities to the Araki Hoshi of Season 9, where they will just constantly utilize their roamer. It was for Araki Hoshi on his team Season 9. Now Keyboy to go and invade the jungle for their jungler to get that lead. And now with the 1 level lead, about to be 2 level lead on Kyle Teasy that Suyo has, it will be even more mid-pressure feel. It's
going to be a kick by Open off Keyboy, and it's Open getting punished. Keyboy with a flicker and the toss-up as well. Few gets taken down. ONIC Esports are punishing a few of the misdive engages by Team Falcons early on.
Yeah, again, we were just talking about the mid-trio pressure being just overwhelming for ONIC Esports, especially.
That was close.
Very close from Super Marco.
It looked like it clipped the turtle in the tail, but it wasn't enough damage. But okay, ONIC Esports still gets the turtle, and they're still in control.
Yeah, mid-trio pressure, non-existent from Team Falcons right now. It really feels like they're just forcing it out. Some of these pickoffs, very forced. The combo with the Cho and the Selena, I understand it, but there's just too much CC, too much utility as well for ONIC Esports. Sans on this eve has punished every single commitment from Team Falcons. They dive in, and the real world manipulation stops them and actually kills them.
Now bot side, that's where they have it. I said Keyboy with a toss onto the gold crab, and Severo got the last hit, so that's a little bit more of an extended gold lead for Severo's Irithel now closing on 1,000 at this point in the game. Kyle Teasy diving under the tower, Loopy, even though he had the vengeance, he gets taken out. Bot side though gets pushed by ONIC.
Oh, I was about to say maybe turret for kill, but it's a good SOD to delay the inevitable and to give Team Falcons more time up top to possibly make some more things happen. But Kyrie quick with it instantly for the bottom lane. He goes straight to the top lane, stopping that trade from happening.
Team Falcons hopefully acknowledge that with Super Marco behind on the farm, it's not going to go completely their way just out of the mid game. They have to accept that ONIC are in control and will be in control for some time unless you or Ogwen suddenly changes the tempo of the game with a pickoff. This arrow lands with the boy. Ogwen shows himself, forces it back while ONIC are looking into taking with the purple buff from Kyle Teasy. Kyrie goes in. Kyle Teasy still gets purple buff and Loopy gets punished. An easy defend of the purple buff by Falcons.
There you can say definitely the miscommunications from ONIC Esports as well. Maybe that's why Team Falcons still opted to go for the Selena in the end, right? They know that they will sacrifice a little bit or maybe a lot of that early game pressure, but they know just how uncoordinated ONIC Esports have looked at times, especially in the mid game. So punishing them through again those spears landing has been a pretty good way to still stabilize despite the gold lead held by ONIC. Flap also just poking Sans down. That's the benefit of the Hilda. And for Kyrie, still a level ahead, only 1 though, no longer 2.
So they're land again, but they're now hesitant to dive with that Jawhead. They felt it earlier, and it's hard for them to get gold off. He has his eyes set on Sans, who misses the flicker down back, over to the kick onto the CC, but Kyrie still gets the turtle. Kyle Teasy versus Kyrie, electrified, he's already on the Suyo, but Kyrie will be able to get over the wall and into safety while Few lands another Abyssal to stop ONIC's push.
Great neutral objective take. It was a long, drawn-out fight. It's Super Marco. Here, you can definitely see that he's way more comfortable playing in the normal Super Marco style of being able to farm freely, compared to, that Ube style where you can't go for that 4-1. It's way too risky. So many ways to pick off from the opposing team. Now, Orange will take away by Kyrie.
Oh, that's going to be a steal. No buff right now on this Joy. Kyle Teasy still going to go after. No more electrified beats. Only punishes. No! I supposed to sue Kyrie. We just have spell vamp to survive. Flap Teasy will go after Loopy, and no one falls. Kyrie wants to get out in the mid lane. Few gets picked by ONIC.
Keyboy flickering forward, getting the missiles to just take Few down, and that's definitely going to halt the mid-game power spike of Team Falcons even more now. They still have been wave clear. Super Marco has been sent back into the mid lane from the bottom lane to clear it out and stop this push from happening. Holy Crystal on the way for Kyle Teasy. Starting side already done, but take a look at that 1.47k gold lead that Sans has over Few. This was the problem that Falcons would eventually have to deal with. Heave versus Selena. This matchup isn't really the best. Sans still has ult.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Beats committed, and Sans, he held on to it. I thought he popped it to try and punish Kyle for going in a little bit too deep, but he thought, he has a Joy with a bunch of dashes. Might as well just hold on to it. While on the top side, Super Marco is opening up the map. So yeah, I think Team Falcons right now, they're scrapping with ONIC in the center, but that means Falcons are getting some openings in the sides.
Yeah, that's what's good for Falcons now. Their win condition is still waiting for the Joy, waiting for the Moscow to get to their power spikes. And once that happens, then their composition can truly be online. Then they can actually look for some fights. So again, despite the gold lead, Falcons are very much still in this game. They can still utilize Few and Flap as pure utility and rely on the Joy, who's already hit one of his power spikes on the Holy Crystal. That's starting Holy Crystal second item. And for the Moscow, just a little bit more for the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, a little bit more discipline. I think is now what we're going to see from these two. Around 9 minutes and 30 in. Force breastplate for Loopy should help him out. And force the control reduction you can get. Those stacks in. Few still tossing Abyssal arrows and still getting info. Able to mark Sans. Flap easy in the back with man marking as well. He's going straight for Loopy. Bless him with the electrifying beat. But Sans with a real manipulation just in that Keyboy with the toss up. It looks like they're able to punish Flap Teasy. That's a 1-for-1 trade. Both EXP laners down.
1 for 1, but I can't help but think it's worth it for Falcons. Way more worth it for Falcons.
yeah.
Because ONIC Esports have the tempo at this point of the game. They're the ones leading. They're the ones that should be, making these proactive plays, pushing Falcons back.
Oh, a kick by the Master! Too quick to see, but Kibo even quicker with his own flicker just to get out to safety, and Team Falcons will not get the pick.
Yeah, again, when you are in the lead, when you have this kind of composition, you need to make things fast. You cannot give Team Falcons space to breathe. And so far, Falcons have been able to force out ways for them to breathe in the game.
And because of that forcing game, Supermarco get the last SOD, they look like Team Falcons are going for the most objective punish. Electrifying beats already pop, but ONIC Esports smartly backs off instantly, so they'll march in with the Lord even though they lost Kiboy.
Okay, there you go. There you're starting to see ONIC Esports finally sacrificing, a few of these members to get the kill. Unfortunately, though, for ONIC Esports, Mr. Few is starting to get online. Those abyssal arrows are coming out very quick, always on a very short cooldown too. And they also just gave a shutdown over. Kiboy was holding 3 kills in his KD, and that's a big bounty to be given out to Falcons who have been, I think, floating around their power spike. And now they are truly within the realm of coming back.
Yeah, it's a slight roadblock for ONIC Esports, but definitely Team Falcons are in the right setup to be able to, well, force anything with any of their pick-off-centered heroes in the show in this arena. Few's been man-marking so well, but ONIC Esports, it's like they're just running through not even a wall. It's like they're just running through security right now. You can see them in the CCTV, they're blocking them as you will, they're just hammering through all of the security. Team Falcons will hold on to the tower in, but it's open. And no, it's Kiboy with the toss up onto Ogwin. A slight moment of hesitation gets punished by Kiboy's jawhead. Oh, wow.
A lot of damage. Kyle TZ, what item is he on? Bloodwings, 3rd item. Knows that it has been quite difficult for him to actually dive in. A lot of these times he's been shut down by physical defense, shut out the missiles. Must the damage they have here. Kiboy, seal?
Is he gonna win? No. He held on to the flicker. Just wanted to do the old recall TP. If you can't do it physically, mechanically, then you're gonna do it mentally, no?
Absolutely. It's a mental game that they're playing too. 7-6 currently in the 12-minute mark. For Team Falcons, they're still desperately waiting for the comfort time for them to actually look for these fights. I don't know what it's going to be. Maybe the Melfic gun for Moscow. Are you really going to have to wait for full items at this point for Moscow before they're comfortable enough to go and look for a fight? Kyle is also on the way.
He's already showing himself. He's happy. It looks like he really want to fight this. Look, Ragos has reverse manipulation a little bit early. That's a big signal. Moscow SOD lads is getting committed, but look, Super Marco pushing in the top side because ONIC were hunting for kills. Super Marco was hunting for turrets.
The base turret is open. Severo pops. No, I thought he sprinted there. I think it was a GDS.
Yeah,
that's why he was so quick right after the heavy crossbow. And forced Team Falcons to back away from the top lane, but they've got all that they wanted. And this was what we were talking about. The comeback turn for Team Falcons. Right as we get into that 10-minute mark, Falcons were scaling up pretty well despite the 2,000 gold lead. Means that they'll be very, very comfortable. And at this time, and again, like we were waiting for, Melfic gun is on the way. Mr. Super Marco has just picked up that Fury Hammer. Okay, Open's been playing a very annoying game of Show, right? Like, he hasn't been looking for a lot of these picks. He hasn't been able to get a lot of these picks, but he's been quite annoying, always constantly lingering around and making ONIC Esports think that it's a possible pick.
Yeah, he gets picked. Or oh, fast! Super Marco able to avoid it. Kiboy no longer has conceal and the flicker as well. Are they just going to decide to put this out? Look at TZ from low! Severo with a pick onto the jungler. Another TZ falls. Could be Few up next, but Severo gets done. Ogwin with a kick, but will they be able to take out this area fell? And they do. But the punish is real. 3 are down to the side of Falcons, and it looks like Ogwin will be the 4th as Super Marco will be left in the map. And Ogwin finally falls with the Lord marching out of ONIC's base.
Oh, it all started with what looked to be a small blunder. Kiboy tried to predict the step of Super Marco. Instead, he flickers awkwardly into the turret and gets nothing. It looked good for Team Falcons, but then out of nowhere, Kyle TZ, I think there was a bit of miscommunication on their side too. They wanted to go in, but it was only Kyle TZ. Marco was not in a position to actually dive in, and didn't really have an angle to SOD inside, so it ended up being very awkward, even more so for Team Falcons than it was for ONIC Esports. Severo took control, and they were just damage controlling at that point. Falcons, they tried to go for Severo, who overextended, and then it kind of collapsed. Luckily though, ONIC Esports were kind of staggered. They weren't able to manage the waves properly, so should just be a tier 2 top tier taken by ONIC.
Still have control. You see the folks now on the hill. The flat TZ already gets taken out. A kick and a stun sack gets taken out as well. Super Marco, his SOD did not land. Carry falls to Few. Kyle TZ trying to get away as Severo. Lippy and Kiboy will chase him down. 2 for 2. Will Team Falcons try to? No, they're not going to try to look for anything else. They're just going to both level things out.
Tier 2. Only tier 2 taken up top. The rest of the waves are safe for Team Falcons, and you can start to see Melfic gun 2 for Severo. So both the gold leaders at full items. It is still Marco who has a bit of that gold lead on the Moscow, but again, due to him split pushing and getting farm across the map. We'll have more gold to swap these items as we get into these fights, but they Severo!
Sudden aggression! And so he's going to land in Super Marco with nature. He pops it. Kiboy's going to get kicked, zoned out, and now Kiboy will fall as well. A sudden decision by ONIC, by Severo to be the explosive Severo, suddenly gets turned around in front of them.
That is the experience that we've kind of been foreshadowing all the way from the pre-show. Team Falcons, they will not make such a mistake going in greedily for a kill when they are still, very much in the advantage. And for ONIC Esports, Severo, that young blood got him really, really baited by Team Falcons. Oh, but finds the kick, but Sans able to survive. Open gets punished for Team Falcons. Want towers. It's only 1 research remaining for ONIC Esports. TZ gets stunned by Kyrie. He gets dashed by Kyrie. Kyle TZ goes in, and he gets punished as well. As Kyrie, we thought he was down, but he was able to get away just in time from Kyle. Right, never mind, scratch my set. Experience. What? Severo made a mistake. Falcons have just made a bigger one. They got a base turret in the mid lane, but it's for a Lord. At this point, the game 3-2-0 in a way. The trade becomes, if you want to count Severo in, it's a 3 for 1 then. If Severo overextended, what did Falcons do? They overflew.
Yeah, and ONIC Esports see now from aggression, from a little bit of what the heck are you doing? Why are you so aggressive? Where's the discipline? Suddenly they slowed down that Lord and waited for the SOD, and then they continued it. Yeah, what happened there in the mid lane was terrible if you're a Team Falcons fan, because suddenly your advantage is gone. TZ might be gone next up in the dock, and they're chasing after the hill. But Severo again going in. Punish Kyle TZ with the electrifying beast. Keep on to be up next. Team Falcons looks like they're gonna be able to get more. They get 2, and suddenly this Lord is about to get nothing. It's open with a kick out to Lippy right now onto the CC, but Super Marco goes into the mid. Vengeance by the Moscow. Lippy's still alive, but Marco Ogwin and Flap too much for him to handle.
What is going on? We saw a masterclass MLBB match in our first match, game number 2, and in the next one, it is a slugfest, a battle of blunders. And so far, it's been Severo with a mistake, Falcons with a mistake, and then back to Severo, the rest of the team falling in every single time. Now, it's Sans who is forced to defend together with Kyrie. There are no big waves available, though. Only one in the mid lane, and it will be cleared out. So technically, we could have gone and erase all those blunders,
Yeah.
and it will still be the same game.
But you know, I like it. I like what we're seeing.
It's a slugfest.
We have got MLBB in the sheets, we got MLBB for the streets. And come on, man, this is ONIC, this is Falcons, the members of Falcons, the rivalry they've had for so long. I feel like we deserve this kind of MLBB.
They're both so tired of playing it the normal way, the clinical way, the template. What? Clean MLBB? We know each other so well. Clean MLBB isn't going to work. We're just going to slug it out and see who has the better mechanics.
Team Falcons and ONIC Esports, what a show they're putting on. But yeah, I think at this point now, the next big error will definitely be costly. It's getting closer to 20 minutes now. A wipeout could potentially lead to your loss and victory for the team that caused the wipeout.
Definitely. A lot of these fights, though, for Team Falcons have looked way better compared to early and mid. Why? It's because Sans has been struggling to actually use the real world inflation to nail people down. The mobility for Falcons, especially the Joy and the Moskov, is at an all-time high. So if they're able to bait out the RWM, that kind of stops ONIC from doing what they've been able to do their full game, almost the entire duration of this game, which is punishing the dive of Team Falcons.
Yeah, they're both parallel right now. Their positioning. He's going to show himself. Finds Keyboard, slap easy. The missile arrow, unfortunately, will not land. ONIC's not full committing. Okay, despite things getting quite scrappy, we didn't see a full wipeout. There's always at least one or two, maybe sometimes even three on the side of ONIC Esports. Usually it's just been Liquipedia, Severo, Keyboard, Severo, that variation, but no full wipeouts just yet. And that's why no one has taken the considerable lead.
So close to being an Abyssal Arrow on Severo in the mid lane alone. Few's been throwing these out, very, very accurate, but hasn't been able to find the right target just yet at the right time. He finds Hyrie, he finds Lippy a couple of times, but the timing and the follow is just not there. He needs to find the perfect one, and those are flying out so quick, and it's on. Whoa. Okay. Actually, that's Lippy with an Oracle and Radiant Armor. By the way, that's not a last cannon CC. That's a pretty tanky CC, and Kyle just did that.
Yeah, that's like 50% of Luffy's health gone right away. He had to heal through. We've skilled Lizard that was right there. Good thing for him, but ONIC Esports are spending a lot of time topside. They have to send bodies to the bottom lane because there's a wave pushing down there. Let's see how many ONIC Esports will show in the map for Team Falcons to save. It's not for us, the Lord. Open goes in with a flicker and the kick out to Lippy. Lippy will be able to get away with this. Alara cross up by Keyboard to save him, and real world manipulation was committed by Eve. So big ticket ultimate's gone for both. Now this time ONIC has positional advantage to the Lord, but look at the minion wings in the side lanes.
Lippy will be sent down.
Oh, the toss up to Ogwin. Immortality pop. Here goes Flap, easy to the back line. Go after Severo. He's able to Marco. He's able to find Severo. But the Abyssal Arrow gets off. No one gets hit. Meanwhile, in the Lord pit, Sans is up next on the top. That's two down for ONIC, and Team Falcons smells a win on the way. The minion waves are crashing in, but Team Falcons slowing things down, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Ogwin again with a kick on the Keyboy. Keyboy trying to hold on. Lippy gets blasted by Kyle. Kyrie trying to defend. The minions crashing in, and the Falcons will soar over